September 1st. So here we go. Let me put everything ready so we can start. Here, so I can see your comments and stuff like that. Live 6 days ago. I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. Dashboard. Content. Upcoming. Live. We seem to be live though. Hello. Now I can see everything. Good, 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 good. Now I can see the comments and stuff like that. Yeah, so here we are again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was hoping to be on the process of joining these squares, but I got caught up with another project. So here we are doing the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First round is 12 double crochets for this square. 7 and 8 and 9 10 11 and 12. I was seriously hoping to be further along with the project, but I started another project like I usually do. But I'm gonna finish this one, no worries. But I found a nice tapestry. I wanted to try and do it, so that's what I've been doing during the week, even though I was supposed to do this one. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have to find motivation by doing something else. 2 and 3. Make a puff stitch this one through everything else except the last one, and this will be the back stitch for the round. And then the next stitch we make 3 double crochet. Oh, I've been doing a project where you go yarn under, so I really have to concentrate by doing a yarn over. It's stupid, but you get so used to it so fast. And another puff stitch, so we miss 1 double crochet here and do it to the next one. 3, and again through everything else except the last one, and then like this. And then we will chain 2. Please let me know if you can or can't hear me, and I will fix something, don't know what, but I think I should have everything working. This is still strange to me. 1, 2 and 3. I find it very weird to go live. I think this is my 3rd one now. I try to go live once a week to do this, but sometimes. Well, last week we have a lot of fun, and now it's week after that. We're doing the same project as last week. I was hoping I could do the joining this week, but we're still doing the squares. I'm out of the pink yarn at the moment, which is this one, but more is coming. I ordered more, so next week I should have those ones, so I can double the amount of pink ones. I have like 10 more green ones to go at least, And what we are doing is a square like this. I call it a star square. It is a bit of a star shape. Very simple, and we're using a wool yarn to make a very warm a cardigan for my daughter. These are her favorite colors, pink and green. She also likes blue these days, but pink and green, those are the sure things to take. And the yarn is a Söstren green. This is wool blend with 70% of wool and 30% of viscose from bamboo. Very soft. And I did a test because I wanted to see that she's not allergic or get any itchiness or reaction from the wool. So I made one of these, and I put it under her shirt. No redness, no itching, nothing. So I guess we're good to go with that one. So we're doing the second round, which is a puff stitch, 3 double crochet, puff stitch, chain 2, another puff, another double, and so on. So we will have 4 of these like pairs here, because when we do the double crochet we create a space between them. And this is how we get the shape of the star. I don't know if star is correct, but I think that's the closest one I can come up with. Through everything except the last one. And here we go. So now we have 2 of these pairs here. So that means that we're doing the doubles next. 1, 2, and 3. More yarn. This yarn is super soft, not maybe the best one for crochet. It's not very pull proof, so you have to be careful with your tension so you don't pull too much. And when you do the magic loop at the start, you have to see that you're not too hard when you pull it together. Hello. I have to be honest, I don't know anything about furries. That's like, I may be too old for that. 1 and 2. How are you? I'm good. This is the best thing to do on a Sunday afternoon. It's 3 p.m. here. The weather is a bit foggy. It's super warm still. But there's no better place to be than in my own craft room / bedroom and do this. How was your day? Oh, I like this square because I think this is just so cute and still like easy to make. 1. If I wasn't talking at the same time, it takes me like 7 minutes to make one. If I'm really doing it, now that I'm talking at the same time, and for some reason my hands stop while I talk sometimes. It takes a bit longer. So now we'll look for the back here and attach with a white yarn. Yarn change. I don't got the green one, so I have less ends to weave in because we're just doing 1 round with the white one. So we will close the round with the white yarn. That's how we get a nice change. And we will 1, 2, 3. And this round is just double crochets and some chains. Yeah, chain 1. When you have this 1, 2, 3 double crochet, so you skip the middle one and then you make double crochets here, 1 and 2, and with the chains, this is gonna be, we're starting up building up the corner of the square to make it square. So in the chains we make 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. This is how we start to build the... No, I cannot speak, I presume Arabic. It's not one of my languages. I can speak Finnish, of course. I'm from Finland. English. I live in Ireland. And some Swedish. Well, some Swedish. Let's leave it at that. Not too much, but some. And 2 and more yarn. How is everyone doing today? The fall / autumn, wherever you're from, whichever you call it, is coming. It is really coming now. First day of September. Do you like the change of seasons, or are you more a summer person? I'm like 100% autumn person, so I can't wait for the cold to come in so I can, you know, take a blanket and maybe a warm water bottle or fire in the fireplace. That's the best thing. I don't have a fireplace at the moment though, which is sad. Oh, I have an electric one, but it's not the same as a real wood fire. And in the change again, we are doing 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. I like to start building the square from early on, because this is not too many rounds in this square we're doing. 1 and 2. I don't know if this one is has a name, this square. I don't know. I tried to search, but I didn't find. I know I've seen it somewhere because that's where I probably took it, but I've done these like multiple years ago for the first time, and I couldn't find, so I don't know who the original designer of this square is. So unfortunately, I cannot credit them, but if you know, let me know. I'm happy to add that. I don't know, sorry, Dragon, I don't know anything about furries. That's not like my piece of cake. No hate, no love here, nothing. I don't really know anything. One and 2. And now we are at the end of the round again, and we will this time, we can cut the white one because we're not using it anymore. And put the white one aside and take the green one back. We are closing the round with a slip stitch. Chain 1, this is count as the first one. We make a single crochet here, and then we will start doing the puffs again. So there will be 4 in this round, 1 of each of these. So we go yarn over, and then we go through the green one from the last green round, 2 and 3, and then we pull through everything except the last one. This is sometimes with the wool yarn a bit tricky. And then we go with single crochet until we end up here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and in the corner we'll make 3 single crochets. And then again 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now we're here, so we make a puff stitch. One, and when you do this, what is this? There's some white one teasing me here. You need to stretch a bit so you don't end up doing it here, because then it will pull this down and it's not good. So a little bit of stretch, not too much, but I like to do some so we end up in the same level as the white double crochets. More yarn. This is 4mm hook for this yarn. I think they recommended a smaller one. Let me see. Yeah, the yarn is for 2.5 to 3, but actually, in my opinion, it's quite thick for that one. And I'm trying to make this thing to be quite airy. So that's why I took a bigger one, and as you can see, there's not much holes in it, so it's for this project brilliant. And again 4 single crochet, and in the corner we make 3. 1, 2, 3, and again 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a puff stitch to the middle double crochet from the last green round. 1 and 3. One, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet. Thanks, Jason. And 3 single stitches in the corner. 1, 2, 2, and 3. And 4 single crochet, and then we do a puff stitch again. So very simple calculations here. This square has quite few stitches per round. One, 2, and 3. And then again 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. More yarn. Slow. Oh, Avery, absolutely. I will finish this square. I only have 1 round. I can start over and we can go slow-mo for the next one. So from the beginning. so you can see what I'm doing. If you have yarn and a hook, you can do it with me. I promise it's an easy one. And then 1, 2, and 3, and then we will attach with a slip stitch. The last round is only single stitches around. Very simple. Yeah, we will make another one after this. I will do it slow-mo now that everyone is here. So you can see from the beginning. Now here we make the corner stitch, we make 3 in the same one, so we make sure it doesn't bunch up but stays square as we want it to stay. There is 11 stitches per side here. So after 11 you make 3 in the same one, that will be the middle one of the corner. So here we make 3. 1, 2, and 3. More yarn. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and after 11 we make 3 in this one. 1, 2, and 3. One more. Then we'll make a new one, and if you have a hook and some yarn and you want to test it out, we'll make it slow for the next square so you can do along with me. This is I think if you have any crochet experience, you are probably able to make this. It's a simple square, I promise. And also if you have a wool yarn, it's very forgiving, so if you don't just, you know, 1 and 2 and 3, then we do 4 more, and then we're done with this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I like to end this not with the slip stitch, but I will cut the yarn, then I will pull it through the last stitch like this, and then I will go to first one of the last of this round, pull it through, and then pull it through again here like this, so you end up with just another stitch. Very nice. And I highly recommend blocking, especially if you do with the wool yarn. They can end up being a bit different size, so this will make sure that the size is comparable when you do it. So now we will start a new one. So if you don't have your hook and your yarn with you, now is the time to get them. We are ready to start a new one, and I will do this one slowly so you can do it with me. So we will start with a magic ring, and whatever your style of doing this is, it's fine. It really doesn't matter hugely, but I'll do it this way. So I'll take the yarn here, and then I pull through. So I have like a starting point here. We will start by chaining 3, which will be 1, 2, and 3. And this will be our first, count as the first double crochet of the round. And in this magic ring, we will crochet 11 double crochet on top of this one, so that you have 12, let's call them poles. So this is number 2 and 12 altogether. So 1, 2. And the double crochet is, and I'm using US terms. So if you are from UK, this is treble, but from US terms, double, and I will use US terms in general. So if you need to know the UK term, just let me know. I usually do know them. So we will go yarn over, go through the loop, pull the yarn through the loop. So now you have 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, and then you do yarn over, pull through the first 2 ones, and the last 2 ones. And now you have a double crochet. Now we have 3. It's actually, when you crochet it as much as I have, doing it slowly is actually harder than doing it fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. And I like to check because it's annoying if you notice at the end of the next round that you didn't calculate correctly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we will tighten this ring. I have a wool yarn, so I have to be very careful not to pull too much because it will break if I pull too much. It's not very pull resistant, and I sometimes also like twist it a little bit to make it more pull proof, if that's how you want to say it. And we will tighten the ring, and then we will attach with the slip stitch here. So now we have a round. This is where we're at. And the second round, let me sip a bit of coffee first. The second round is started with single crochet. Nothing more than that, single crochet. Which part would you like to see? I can go backward if you want to see a certain part. Like the slip stitch where you attach these. Yeah. So when we have finished the round, so we are at this point where we have the 12 double crochets, we will find so-called peg stitch, so the first stitch of the round, and we will put our yarn through it. Then we will pull the yarn through and pull the same loop through this one. So no yarn overs in between. This is a slip stitch. Just pull the yarn through everything at once. And now it's attached. Let's do one more time. So it's called a slip stitch. It doesn't hugely matter which one of these you take, but you will need this. So I pick this one and pull through, and that's where we are. Then we will continue to round 2, and we start with single crochet, sorry. And then we will go straight to the puff stitches. Yarn over, then we will put the hook from behind the first yarn through. And this we will do 3 times. So yarn over, and remember to do the stretch so you don't end up doing the puff. At this point we have many loops. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7 loops, and we will do a yarn over and pull through first 6 of them. So you end up with 2. And then you will pull through of these 2. And this will act as the peg where you're gonna attach this round. And the next stitch we're gonna do 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Then we will do another puff. We're gonna skip this one and go to this one. So yarn over, behind the double stitch, double crochet, and do it 3 times. Pull the yarn through the first 6 stitches, and then the last. And then we will go chain 2 and another puff. This one we will do straight to the next one. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn through everything except the last one, so you end up with 2, and then again. And every other time. Thank you, Emma. It's been like, I've done this like, well, I'm not lying too much if I say 20 years. Something like that. So I better be somewhat good at it. There's always something new to learn when it comes to crochet. Hello, Linda. Like, for example, this week, I'm actually doing my very first tapestry crochet project. Well, I'm starting this week. I actually took a huge project, which was like 260 stitches wide and 300 rows or something like that. It was like 80,000 stitches. So it will take me a few weeks to do, but it's fun. I've never done anything like that before, and I'm having fun with it. But doing these, like doing garments is my like favorite thing to do, because they are really, people use this. My family uses this, so it's the best thing. Let me know if you need to see something special. Again, I'm happy to show you. I'm happy to show you. I'm also teaching my kids. My older one is 14, and she's making now amigurumis. She wants to make a little bit of money. Like now she's making pumpkins, keychains with pumpkins. And my younger one is just trying to learn the basic. She's 8. Livy, I'm doing these squares. And these are gonna end up being a cardigan for my younger child. So I have to make like, I think it was 56 altogether. So we're like halfway through at the moment. And I haven't calculated very precisely the amount I need. I have one cardigan I'm gonna use as a measurement when I'm starting to put these together. And that one is something I made her earlier this year. This is pretty. I had a couple of other options with this one. I made some testing, so I had like this bigger square, but I didn't really like the holes. Yeah, Georgia, I actually made a top earlier, but because winter is coming, I'm doing a cardigan now. This is a wool yarn, and I also made this example, but I found that this is too green. I wanted to have more white, so I, instead of the bigger ones, I settled with the small one to. Yeah, this is also a good for, like, if you take maybe a cotton yarn or some bulky yarn, you can make a pretty nice purse with this. But yeah, after trial and error, this is what I ended up with, and so. And there is a tutorial coming as well, as soon as I get more further along with this. Of course, it's okay if it's round. It's just when I make clothes, I like to make squares to minimize the empty spaces between, yarn. So it's actually warm. There are always some spaces when you make granny squares or squares in general, but with this one it's quite solid. So I believe that it will be warm when the weather is getting cold. And I try to be ahead of time a little bit when I do the seasonal project, because I had a summer project. I started too late, and when the summer is quite ending, so is my motivation with the project. So I try to stay ahead of the time when it comes to the season. So this is for the winter season. Why not autumn as well? But autumn is here now, so I try to start doing like Christmas gifts and stuff like that at this point, because otherwise I'm just too late, and if I get too busy, that also kills the motivation. So, and I'm one of those people who usually has multiple projects going on at the same time, because if I'm completely honest, doing 56 of these in a row is one of the most boring things I could imagine doing. That's just how my brain works. So it's good for me to switch between projects. I did the pumpkins with my daughter last week. We did many, and that was fun for a week. And that is also the reason why I don't do. People always ask if I'm going to markets and stuff like that, but I don't do markets because I'm more fond of big projects, like cardigans and the big tapestry project I have going on. So can you remake one after that one right now? Oh, I can remake this if you want to. So this is the last one of the round, so that's why. So we had the puff here, and after the puff we did to the next stage 3 double crochet So that means we will skip this and go to the next one. And we will do puff. So yarn over, and we will go behind this double crochet, do a yarn over and pull it through. Then we will stretch a little bit so we can have it a bit of space here. So we will be at the same level as the double crochets we did. And then we will just do it again. So yarn over, go behind the double crochet, yarn over and pull through. And then we are again just making sure we get up here. And then we do it the third time. So same thing 3 times, so you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 loops in your hook. And then you go yarn over and pull through everything else except the last one. So you end up with 1 and 2, and then you do yarn over again. And this is our puff. And then we will do chain 2, and this we will find again the peg, which is this one, the first stitch of the round we did, and we will slip stitch to it. Sorry, need to change the color of the yarn. I'm too concentrated on the stitches right now, so I forget to change the color. So I will always slip stitch with the new color so I can make the color change as smooth as possible. So through here with the white one, and then let's and now we are ready for the next round. I don't cut the green one because we are going to do more with it. If you do one color, just keep going, no need to change it. I would do the exact same thing with the green one that I'm doing with the white one if I didn't want to change the color. So it doesn't actually change the pattern at all. So you can just keep going with the color you have, and that's it. And this round we're starting with chaining 3, 1, 2, and 3. This is the same we did in the first round. So going up. And then we will do another one to the next stitch, which should be the one left from the puff. And a double crochet here. So now we have 2. This counts as 1. And this round we will skip the middle stitch with the 3 double crochets. So this one, so we will chain 1, which is equivalent to this one, and we will skip it and then double crochet to the next stitch. Hey Annika, okay. Hey. And then we will make another one. So we have 2 double crochet, skip 1 with a chain and 2 double crochet. Then we end up with chains from the last round. This is where we start to build the corner. So these chains will have 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then we will chain 2, 1 and 2, and 2 double crochet. This will all be in the chains from the last round. And this is how we start to build the corner. And then we will again make double crochet, which one of them should be on the right side of the puff stitch and the other one from the left side. So here, on the right side of the puff, and one to the left side of the puff, like this. And then this one we will again skip, so chain 1 and then 2 double crochet to the following stitches. More yarn, I'll show you. So we skip this one, so 1 and 2, and both are on the right side of this puff. And then we will end up being in the corner again, so two double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. And then we have another corner, so now we can see that it starts to make a square. And then we do 2 double crochet again, 1 and 2. One of them will end up being on the right side of the puff and one on the left side. And these we will again skip the middle one. So chain 1 and then 2 double crochets. And 2. And again we end up in the corner. Double crochet, another one. Let's take some more yarn. Chain 2 and 2 double crochet. I will make a YouTube video tutorial for this one as soon as I have time. If you want, you can tell me. There's quite a lot of people watching right now. So if you want, you can tell me where you're watching from. Because I'm like a global enthusiast. I want to know where people are from. I find it very interesting to see where in the world people are crocheting. Hi, Lily. I try not to butcher any names you have, but bear with me. I'm crocheting in Cork Island at the moment. South Africa, that's far. I've never been to any of the countries in the African continent. I want to, but I haven't yet. And Arizona, USA, that's even further, I think. Not quite sure though. Where is Erigeria? I don't even know. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Missouri. We are going to US next summer. We have tickets, plane tickets to fly to Boston. So we are thinking about doing a bit of a road trip on the east side. I haven't done much planning yet because it's far away, but we have our 10-year anniversary with my husband, so we are flying to US to see how it looks. Yeah, I've been to Boston once, and I always dream that I will move there. I like it. It reminds me a lot of like Massachusetts in general. It reminds me a lot of Finland. And but I do love Ireland as well because we don't have snow here, and I'm not a huge fan of snow. Snow is beautiful, but snow gives you a lot of trouble in life. There's nothing I hate more than pushing snow away before I can get to work from my car. And my I live in Ireland right now. I am from Finland originally, but I've been here for years now. For years, but you can probably hear the accent is not fully English, if that's how one can put it. Oh, that was the wrong one. But yeah, I live in Ireland at the moment, and I do like Ireland a lot. But you know, sometimes your heart is just somewhere, and mine is sometimes in Massachusetts. I like it. I like it very much. I'm also not necessarily a big city person. I don't live in a big city right now. I live in a village because I like peace and quiet. And I also like the sea because I can see the sea from my window. I like water. It calms me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we ended up in the round 3 and 04. Well, whatever, next green round. And this is only single crochet and the puff stitch 4 times. So we just single crochet our way to the corner, which we will do 3 single crochets in. Oh, that's the corner. Just 3 single crochets in the corner. And then we will do 4 single crochets the following stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when we come here, but we skip the stitch, and in the previous green round we will do a puff stitch using this middle double crochet from there. So yarn over, and let's do the puff, and remember to stretch it so that you end up here and not here, because then it will punch it up and it's not beautiful anymore. So remember to stretch. So yarn over, stretching, some stretching. Otherwise this puff stitch is exactly the same as the previous one. And then we will crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet, and then we will hit the corner with 1, 2, and 3 single crochet, and continue with 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet, and then it's time for puff again. And I'm doing a cardigan with these squares, but like you said there, you could use them to make a top or make a purse, or I would also think that this would be pretty as a pillowcase or a blanket. Just like one of my friend in TikTok ordered a blanket out of this, preferably right away, if I remember correctly. Can I have one right now? I really don't make things for sale, but I make things for the people around me, because I usually do just one thing and then I want to do something new. So I don't do markets and I don't do things up for sale, because if this shirt is a hit, my daughter doesn't still need another one. So I will probably never ever repeat this project. I don't think there is that amount of money people would pay me what I would like to have if I... Yes, that's my cousin and she won't pay. Family doesn't pay. But that's, yeah, that's I think you cannot send here, but you can, if you want me to take a look. If you want feedback, you can go and find me from Instagram or TikTok, and you can send me a DM. I'm completely fine with that. I have the same username in all of those, so you will find me easily, I think. I hope. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, and 3. You can also end your square here. Depending on what yarn you're using, it might look just fine at this point already. So you don't have to go any further if you don't want to. But with my yarn, I do want to do one more round. I completely understand. I mainly use YouTube as well. So I completely understand not having TikTok or not having Instagram. I don't know if there is any messaging apps like thingies in YouTube. I don't think so, unfortunately. Thank you for all the subscribers. I think we had more than 20 during this. Actually, we have almost 50 subscribers today, which is brilliant. I thank you for all of you. It's a good amount. There is a tutorial coming for this square, as it has been requested. I am thinking that maybe I'll do that next week. So I will not have a whole cardigan ready next week, but you can use, maybe I'll do the squares in this square in a couple of different yarns, so you can see how it behaves, so you can check where you can use it. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. 1, 2, and 3. In the corner. Hey! I I love all the usernames, but I'm so unsure if it's Snugglebies? Snugglebies? I hope so. I try not to butcher any names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Thank you for the sub. I am quite new, so I don't have too many videos yet up, but this is my husband's fault. He said I do a lot of crafts, mainly crocheting, and he always said that, you know, you've been doing this for 20 years. Maybe you could just, you know, show others what you're doing as well. And then I checked some like channels, and I was like, yeah, why not? They can. Why can't I? Like, this is cool, you know. And I do a lot of things, and I could show you what I'm doing, and I can, because I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch what the other peoples are doing. Hey, have you been crocheting? Do you crochet or do you do other crafts? Yeah, being, like I said, I don't sell anything because I'm one of those people who wants to make a different project every time. So I could not. My daughter just made like 10 pumpkins, and I was like, I made one, and then then I wanted to do something else. I mean, it's just how my brain works, and I'm like, I watched a couple of those market videos just a while back, and I was like, I I I don't know how they can do that. Like, they do the same thing like 20 times, maybe different colors, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the cream one. This one is the one I did. This is approximately how it should look. So we have the 8 puff stitches in this round. Then we will do the wide round, and then this round only has 4, so we can have this like a bit of star. Yeah, that could work. Though I do have another problem as well, which is I have full-time job. So I don't have too many hours per week to do this. I crochet a lot in the weekends, and I don't show my face here on YouTube because I don't have the technical know-how to do it. So I assume you are here for the crochet, so this camera angle will show my crocheting. If I put the camera on the other way, it's gonna show you the back of the work, which is not gonna help you too much. But if you want to see my face, it's all on the app you are not using, which is TikTok, because the TikTok is for some reason a bit easier for me to use on my computer. So I have 2 cameras on TikTok, but I don't know how to use the YouTube from computer, so I only have it this live on my phone, which does not have dual camera mode. But you can see my face in my videos, at least some of them. Not in all of them, but some of them. I'm not afraid to show my face. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, yeah, I will come there if you're still alive when I end. I will meet you there. I like to watch others to go live as well. It's fun to have this conversation. It was nice to have you here, and you are welcome back next Sunday, which I hope is actually the day when we get to join this. I am so sorry. I promised last week that we will get to the point of this project where we could just join these squares together and you know, get the cardigan done, but as you can see, it didn't happen. So I try not to make too much promises. Oh, let's cut this one as well. One more done. So the yarn I have for the white yarn is not completely white, because they had white, but it was too white, if you know what I mean. So I picked this. It has like a pinkish and blackish thingies in it, but you don't see them too much, and they don't, this color is correct. I love squares too. I make a lot of different ones, and if I have something, and I also use all my scrap yarn to do the squares, but let's see if I have any of my own doings. Like I did this one, there's YouTube video for this one, there's a bigger one, and I made a top out of it. There's a tutorial for it. The top is different color, not this one. So this was the test piece. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. It's not that easy to make. This is a lot harder than what we're doing now, but the top was so oh, I actually have the top here because I was filming a video about it. The camera is too close, you won't see too much, but these are the colors that my daughter chose for it. So, and it's made out of cotton, so it's very, very, very nice. There is a tutorial for it. I like it. It's a crop top. I don't use crop tops, but my teens do. And then I had this one. Also have a tutorial on YouTube. I made a pillowcase out of this one for my daughter. This is made with a very thin yarn and a very tiny hook. So it took too much time to make one of these, but it is pretty. I do like it, but it has a lot of stitches compared to what we're doing now. So I think this pink one has more stitches than this whole thingy. So yeah, but this one, and then I made this one. This is a test piece as well. I love the colors. I don't have enough of these colors, but I will order more, and this will be like a blanket, which I'm doing for myself, because sometimes I do things for myself as well. But this one is also like, this is easy, just takes a bit more time, but there's nothing special in it. This is just single crochet, double crochet, triple crochet. That's about it. I think there might be a double, triple here in the corner, but you know, that's just the basic stitches, nothing. But I love the colors. And then of course I have just the basic grannies, which I do with whatever leftover yarns I have. This is from a top leftover, and this is from blanket leftover. Not I like to do squares because you start and finish, you know, all the time. So it feels like you're doing a new project every time you start a new square. So I'm definitely a granny square person. Let's put this here. My brain likes them, if that's... Yeah, we're gonna make one more for this live. I've been doing a lot more talking than doing, which is completely fine. I mean, I like to talk with you, all of you. It's It's why I do this. I know, Annika, they were exactly your colors, right? Hi, Erica. 1, 2, 3. If you want to see a certain thing again, or you are unsure about any phase of the project, just let me know. I can slow-mo them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will start with 12 double crochet, which one of them is the chains we started with. Oh, I can redo the circle. Magic circle is something maybe everyone does a bit differently. I don't usually like to do magic circle. I rather start with slip knot. This is easy. You have to just watch my videos on YouTube and then you'll be professional. But I like to start with a slip knot rather than magic ring. But this is my way of doing it. So I have this here. So I have the end on top and the working yarn at the bottom. So I will go through, I will keep these yarns here under my thumb and middle finger. So I will go through, I will take the yarn here. So now I have the yarn in both this side and this side, if this makes any sense. Then I go back through here and pull through both. That's how I get this, like starting, which will, this will easily move here. You can go both ways. And you can go straight up. I will do that one more time. I don't know if this is the exact correct way of doing this, but this is how I do it. This is how I've been doing it for 20 years. So we have the end of the yarn on top and the working yarn on bottom, and I will put my middle finger and thumb to keep them there. I will take the working yarn through here, so I have it in both sides. And then I will do this yarn through both of the loops. I know this is very hard to explain, so let's start here. So we have the loop this way. You can also do it with your fingers if you want to. I don't want to. I don't know how to do that, but I've seen people do that. And then we will take the working yarn, not the end of the yarn, but the working yarn, through the loop. And through this hole here, and again through both of them. This way, you will this yarn will end up being on between, and it can move very freely. And this way we can start doing. It is correct for me anyway. Yeah, that's and this is working. But if you go to YouTube, you will probably find different ways of doing this, and none of them is incorrect or correct. It's just the end, that you end up with a working magic ring. That's all that matters. So the working magic ring means that if you pull the end of this yarn, this will get smaller. So if this gets smaller when you pull this, you have succeeded. So that's it, nothing more than that. And there are different ways of doing that. It's like every time you start something, like slip knots and everything, you can find many ways of doing those, and every single one of them is correct if you end up where you want to be. So this one will count as the first double crochet we're doing. So we'll do 11 more. So we have 12 altogether. And that same like goes, like I know that there are a lot of differences. For example, as I am from Finland and I learned to crochet in Finland, some of the things are different than they are in English language or in Swedish language. Like there are certain ways of doing things and they are different, but if you end up where you want to be, that's correct. So you will never find me saying telling someone who is crocheting that they're doing something wrong, because that's not possible. So welcome back. Hey, I know the feeling. So like every time I promised myself that I will test out the live thing. It's not very natural to me. I have to be honest. It's not very natural, but I try to do it once a week. And like last week, I just didn't feel it, and I was like, yeah, but just do two. You know, I promised myself I'll do two like squares in live, and if there's no one, I don't have to talk. If there's no one, there was like over 50 people. And I was like, well, that's worth it. But you know, I still skip sometimes, so no judgment. It's like, I understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more, then we have 12. And sometimes going live is not very productive. I end up talking all the time, and even though as a woman, I do think I can do the things at once, sometimes I just can't. But the main thing is that we're having fun, we are connecting with people, we are talking with like-minded people. It's my favorite thing. 1, 2, and 3. And the first puff of the round is done. And maybe one day, if I learn how to use all of my like technical stuff. Oh, we are still in Ireland, Erica, and we are planning to stay for another 3 to 4 years, because our older daughter is finishing school in either 3 or 4 years. And I find it to be best that she has the final step of this mandatory education in one country. And she seems to like the school here, it fits her. So I want to give her the best possible options to finalize the studies, and then she could have the best possible piece of paper to get in whatever university she wants to go. Yeah, the school is actually really, really good. We got lucky with that. It's the closest one to where we live, and I really didn't know anything about the system here in Ireland when we came, so I just took the closest school, and it ended up being very, very good one, and she's also very, very good at school. So it was a very, very happy accidental like match with the school, which is very lucky. And also like at the same time, in like 4 years, the younger one will also finish the first step, what is it called, elementary school maybe. So they are 6 years apart, so they could go hand in hand in that point. So, but where we'll go next, we don't know, and maybe we'll just stay here. That's possible too. Unlikely, but possible. There's a lot of world I haven't seen yet, and I'm one of those, people that likes to think that, I can't know if some country is better than the other if I haven't lived there. So, and, I dream of going to further. Yeah, like, hey, that's true. We are actually coming to New York next year. Yeah, I was supposed to send you a message because I booked flights for to Boston. there was cheap flights from Dublin to Boston, and I booked us in because we have our 10-year anniversary. So we're gonna be 2 weeks in the East Coast. So we're gonna do maybe Boston, New York, and maybe something. I don't know. We have 2 weeks. I haven't planned too much. I only had flights at this point. But yeah, we're definitely visiting New York as well. But which part of New York, I don't know yet, but I'm excited. And I was surprised because I am from Finland, and I always like thought that, you know, that flying to US, it's so long, you know, the flight, that I can't do it. But from Dublin, it's only a little bit more than 6 hours, so that's not that bad. Hello, Sweden. That's nice. I have been in Sweden many times. Jag också pratar lite svenska. Men just lite. I'm from Finland after all, so I kind of have to speak a little bit Swedish as well. And I don't give myself enough credit because I do know quite a lot Swedish. But, you know, how Finnish people sometimes feel speaking Swedish. A little stupid. I will make the tutorial next week, I promise. So that way you can, you know, stop the tutorial and see more closely which stitches I'm doing and stuff like that. So it is easier than learning from live. Even if I do it, how quickly I do it doesn't matter, or slowly, but you will always miss something because you can't have your eyes in 2 places at the same time. But I will do the tutorial. It will be easier to follow that one. I mean, going to United States, it's something he is a bit afraid of. You are true. That's so true. But he is hoping that the presidential election will not break the whole case. People are like still safe there, but we're going anyway. He will be worried. We were in London and he was worried all the time, which was funny. Then we went to London and nothing happened there. And the next Monday when we get to work, there was immediately someone, you know, pushing trucks in a bright daylight here in Cork. And I was like, you can never know where you're safe or not safe. It's like, you just can't, you know. So it's better to just stop worrying, you know. Keep your eyes open, but don't take it too far. See you later. We'll be here next Sunday as well. Around the same time. Yeah, but I think that it's his nature to be worried. Yeah, but I may be a bit optimistic in thinking that, like, the way they show America here sometimes is we only see the bad news and never the good ones. So you might have an image. I'm making squares like this, and I am making cardigan out of these for my child, 8 years old. So I need 56 approximately to do the cardigan. It will be a tutorial later, so you can all see how to make it. She is like 1 meter 20 centimeters tall at the moment, so that will be the size approximately, I think, standard 8-year-old, maybe 8 to 10 years old. She's a bit bigger maybe. than her classmates, but I will show you the tutorial, and I promise to make a tutorial out of the square next week, so if you want to do something else out of it. There has been ideas of a purse, a blanket, and there was something else as well. What was it? A top made out of these would look brilliant. So yes, it's definitely through media lens when we see news around the world, and usually, you know, the headlines that are negative are more easy to catch our like eyes. You know, if someone is dead or killed somewhere, you want to know why. If someone is happy somewhere, you don't give a shit. So I always like to keep my eyes open when I go around the world, and then just there's never ever anything has ever happened to me so far. No one has even tried to rob me. So I think it's working. Or maybe I just look so poor when I go around the world that no one is even trying to get anything out of me. Hello, Amira. This is the last square we're gonna make today. We've done 3, so progress. I'm gonna make a couple off stream, so maybe next week we can put the actual cardigan together, so I can show you that process as well. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll make a poll or something how I'm gonna join these, because I was thinking maybe a white slip stitch join, so there would be another white layer in between the squares. But I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet because I haven't tested any. I want to see how it looks before I commit to it. So I will maybe run a couple of tests. Maybe I put a picture up so you can see as well. I did that with the last one of my projects, and to be honest, you chose the best possible option. It was the nicest one. I was first thinking like a double colored join, but that would have been too much, to be honest. It would have been too much. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is, once you learn the how to do this, it is actually super fast to make. Like super fast. And only thing I don't like is that there's gonna be a few too more ends to be in to my liking, but it is what it is. And then we puff stitch this one. There's only 4 puff stitches in this green round. I think I actually need a new pair of glasses. I've had these. Now I notice that I'm going closer to the work all the time from the camera feed. So it's like I don't see properly. I think I do see properly, but maybe I don't. I have to check it out. One, 2, and 3. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this round is 4 single crochet, then corner, then 4 single crochet, then puff, then 4 single crochet, then corner, and so on. So it's very easy to remember and very easy to follow. Oh, not the last one. Come back. One, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3 in the corner, and then we go 4 again. So when I said this is easy, I really meant it. So everything you have to learn is the puff stitch. That is a bit out of the ordinary, but that's it. Like everything else, just basic stitches. And also when you learn this stitch, as I showed once, I can do it again. I made some testing with another type of, like, this is the basics of this type of work. So you can take it further. Like I did this one with the exact same technique, just to took it a bit further to make a bigger one. And this one to make it more like a floral, more than a star. So I just made not 4, but 8 puff stitches the second round. So it's all, otherwise it's almost the same as this one, just making a puff stitch in every single one of them, not just 4 of them. So just I always recommend just to test it out. You can be the next one to create a very popular granny square that will be used, and you can name it yourself. I don't know if this one has a name. I don't know if someone has invented this. I don't remember. I've done this the first time like years and years back. So it might be made by someone. It just stick to my memory because it is easy. But I also don't like to steal others' designs. So I don't know who to give the credit to, but I'm not gonna take it myself either. So I am pretty sure I've seen it somewhere. I didn't find it in any of my magazines, so it's probably a YouTube video or something made by someone some time ago, or a blog post or something. But I couldn't find it because I don't remember what it is called. If this is familiar to you, just let me know. I don't have a pattern for this. And one. But I will make a tutorial, and I try to draw a pattern for it as well. I will try, I promise. It's not my strongest point, but I do have software to do that, so I will try to attach pattern to it as well. And then it will have 1, 1, 2, 3, and I'm also like a pattern girly, so like I do like to follow patterns more than the text or video. I think it's like easier for me. I know it's not for everyone, but for me. So I usually, when I do something, I try to make a pattern out of it, but that's something I still have a lot to learn in, because I've before I'm relatively new to this video making, so before I was doing everything just for myself. So why would I make a pattern for myself? It really doesn't make any sense. I made a pattern for one of my videos, and it was harder than making the video. Was the square itself? Three. Yeah, I've been doing these squares. I don't have them all here because I washed some to make sure they don't shrink too much. But I have like, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. There's another 12, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31. So I need 30, 40. Well, I still have some to go. So enough. But I actually like the process of making the squares more than I like joining them. So this part is the fun part. So when I start cleaning these up, so weaving in the ends and stuff like that, that is the part I don't like. That gives me no satisfaction at all. Maybe I will have to bribe my kids to make it for me. If I buy them some ice cream or something. 2, 3. Oh. 4. This is the last one. So if you have any questions, now is the time. I still have some coffee with me. And I'm ready for questions. 1, 2, 3. This one. Ready for questions, ready to show you something before I go offline, and then we will meet in a week. So Sunday afternoon. I don't give a precise time because I may have shit to do otherwise as well. But Sunday afternoon is the time we're live, and we're live in TikTok and YouTube. Most of the people are in YouTube, but you are as well welcome to TikTok. And it is we are over halfway through with the squares, but not halfway through the project, because the project is only halfway when we have done all the squares. Then we will clean them up, which I will not bore you with, so you will not be seeing live end weaving. Or you can if you want to. Just let me know if there's something you want to learn or see. I don't want to do it. I don't want to teach it either. But I understand if that is something you struggle with, and we can go through that one as well. As a beginner, I would start with, it depends what kind of person you are, but I have 2 daughters which both wanted to start crocheting like this summer. So my older one is 12 and no, she's 14. Oh my god, she's old. And her brain is something that needs a challenge and also needs to learn the basics. So she started with a very simple amigurumis. So she made pumpkins and lollipops and things like that, which have basic stitches, and they look fun, and you get a lot of satisfaction finishing them. And then my younger daughter is 8, and she started with very basics. So she started with watching YouTube tutorials and asking for my help with, just crochet 101. Like, I think she watched Bella Go channel. She has very, very, very good tutorials for beginners, like a series of which she goes through all the basic stitches. And she just did swatches, like just squares with those basic stitches and then the next stitch and so on. And now she's moving on to the amigurumis as well, because that is what they are interested in. They want to make kawaii amigurumis, a lot of them, preferably. I don't think I have any here. Oh, well, there's a test piece of a pumpkin. Oh, my daughter made, and there's a test piece of color changes as well. Like this is what they're doing right now. Like just a little pieces of things that they are learning the process of doing. You know, basic stitches and techniques. And this is one of the pumpkins she made. So things like this. This is just single crochet, nothing more. But you will end up with a ready product if that's, you know, something that gives you motivation. It works for her, you know, to do something actual, not just these work for my younger one. She's just testing how to change color. There's nothing else in it. And also I bought yarn, a lot of yarn with these teeny tiny this, I think this is just 10 grams, maybe. Let's check if it has. Like, no, it doesn't. These are like color boxes. This will have like a very tiny amount of different colors. I have like 200 different colors, so they can choose freely, which gives motivation as well. So a lot of colors, a lot of yarns, a lot of, like, you know, things to test, and they can use it freely. So whatever gives you motivation is the thing. Like nice colors, yes, buy a lot of nice colors. Having products that are ready, you know, then do amigurumis, or maybe some crochet baskets or something like that with the basic crochet stitches. They are the most motivational type of things. That's where I would start. When I started, I'm a different kind of person. I started with wool socks, which were hideous, but I wanted to do something useful, and that project had all the basic stitches. So I didn't succeed, but I learned them all, so the next pair I did was perfect. Yeah, that's about it for today. 1 hour 45 minutes. I think that's good enough for the live of today. And I think I'm gonna weave in some hints. And I will see you next week. So Sunday afternoon, you're all very, very welcome. I so much enjoy talking with you and showing you things, and you know, you give me company, so you also give me a little bit of motivation to do this. So it's not just me alone here doing shit. You are here with me. And I also like to know what you're doing. So if you are in TikTok or Instagram, you can always send me a message. And I'm also happy to watch your lives. I'm happy to connect. I'm happy to give feedback. I'm happy to test. If you have patterns coming out, I'm a perfectly capable and willing participant of any like pattern testing. I love it. To do something new. It's perfect. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the subscriptions. I mean, I think we ended up with almost, let me see, that's like 40, 60, 75 subscriptions. Oh my God. Thank you so much, and see you next week.